There's a real concern in the air.
Tuesday morning, Baghdad is normal. By midday, the news had gone all over the capital. Iraqi troops were pulling out of Kuwait. They'd be out by the end of the day. The war, it seemed, was over. Saddam Hussein himself had broken the news on Baghdad radio. Iraq, he said, could not stand up to the power of 28 nations. Today, our forces will complete their withdrawal from Kuwait, but history will mark their bravery.
We agree. We agree with this.
What are you feeling now?
I'm feeling very happy.
For the people of Baghdad, it was enough that their boys would be coming home. Kuwait, for 7 months Iraq's 19th province, was now forgotten. The important thing was to preserve the nation, keep the army intact to defend this country. But it's becoming apparent now to the Iraqis that their troops may not be coming back, at least not as an army. Allied warplanes attacked Baghdad right after dark. Almost immune from ground fire now, they swooped on targets around the edges of the city.
The news is spreading here that American, British, and French troops are now in southern Iraq, cutting off the line of retreat for the Republican Guard. There is a real concern here that getting those foreign troops to leave Iraqi territory may be a difficult task. Jane?
Do the people in Baghdad seem to understand how complete the battlefield collapse apparently has been?
Not really, Jane, because twice in the last 24 hours now, Baghdad radio has come out and announced that Iraq is withdrawing from Kuwait. So really here, the people think that it has been an Iraqi pullback, an Iraqi initiative, which has led to the troops leaving Kuwait. I don't think they're aware at all of the size of the operation that's been going down in southern Iraq and in Kuwait, or indeed that there's been any battle in the first place.
Well, thank you, Tom Aspel in Baghdad. Iraq's few allies. NBC's Dennis Murphy is in Amman tonight.
Jordanian riot police swung clubs today, keeping demonstrators away from the U.S. Embassy. The Palestinian fantasy that Saddam Hussein would smash the West and recapture Israel had collapsed brutally this morning. The radio announced another humiliating disgrace for Palestinians. Saddam was on the air announcing his withdrawal from Kuwait.
I was very surprised, and I didn't expect that. I think we are shocked.
Just a few hours earlier, Radio Baghdad reported 150,000 Allied soldiers killed. Now the news, the war was all but over.
Till last night, we had good news that the war is going very well for the Iraqis. And we woke up this morning with this news.
By afternoon, the scope of the Iraqi calamity was finally sinking in. Saddam had committed a grave offense in this culture. He had shamed his Arab brothers, mostly the Palestinians. Kuwait now joins the ranks of their other fiascos. Lebanon, 82, Israel, 67 and 48. One Palestinian leader said President Bush will inflame the Arab man in the street if the Iraqi army is annihilated.
He would be calling for more bitterness, more disappointment, and more anti-American feelings and actions, and not necessarily only now, but even in the future.
They want to destroy Iraq and the Arab nation. That's what they want.
Jordanians are venting their anger and humiliation on the Americans. But not all Arabs here condemn the U.S.
No! Oh my God, things are really doing bad, huh?
An employee of the Kuwaiti embassy this morning just learning her country's nightmare was almost over. Jordan's nightmare gets worse. Its military protector, Saddam Hussein, has been routed. The economy here is crippled, and Jordanians are reeling from all the changes. King Hussein has not commented on events so far. Dennis Murphy, NBC News, Amman.